Hello, welcome back. Alright, I think this is episode 4? The fourth video in this series on France and Railway Empire. When I last left you, I was debating on where to build a warehouse, and I was thinking about building a warehouse so I could bring wine. I don't think I'm going to do that just yet. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run a line of train. So I'm going to expand this station, adding in 2 more lines. Of course, they come out the other side. So just like we did with the wheat, I'm going to run, let's see, we're going to run it around the station and then straight up into there. Okay, build there. There's so many things I need to get done. At this point, I'm just like, I can't do them fast enough. Alright, so I'm going to build that, and then I'm going to build, well, let's go ahead and build, put our signals in. I always like to get the signals in right away. It helps to make sure I don't forget it later on. So then I'm going to build another line out. I'm going to run it, let's see, I don't need it to be that far out, but we're going to run it kind of weird like that. Okay, so we got that one. Alright, let's get the signals in there. And this way I can run a, I can run dedicated lines to all of those. So before I do that, I'm going to look. So this is actually track 1. So I want the Le Mans trains to be assigned to track 1. So I want them to stay there. I don't want them to be using one of the other ones. So I'm going to assign that to track 1. I don't know if that actually worked. Okay, so that one worked. Let's see, was that one? Did that assign both of them in that case? Yeah, not, okay. Alright, so the first train is assigned to line 1, and that one's assigned to line 1. Okay, so, sorry about that. Alright, so then track 2 is this one. So I want this one to be assigned to track 2. And then I want that train there also assigned to track 2. Then I'm going to build another train from the winery way over to Caen. Oh. Sometimes my fingers act faster than my mind, almost always. Okay, so the winery to Caen, full, and this one I'm going to assign to track 3. I'm going to run 2 trains of wine over to Caen on track 3. So we've got that all set up. There we go. And we will clone that train. That way there's 2 of them going. I'm going to do the same thing, running a train from our winery to Le Havre. Okay, as you can see, we can trace it to see how it's going. Looks like it's all going good, except in this case, it's going to be assigned to track 4, and it's going to be a full car. And as you can see, when I did that, it changed the route and put it on this bottom one, which is exactly what we wanted. And we're going to clone that. Okay. Now, I am glad that I expanded the track or the station here in Le Mans to 4. That way, as trains come in, hopefully they don't get backed up too much and they will get through there relatively easy. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and build in some supply towers, especially off the main tracks, because we do, I feel like I don't have enough. Put some in here. All right. Now I did talk about running this wood down to Nantes, which I do need to do, because Nantes does not have any wood. So I gave up on my, as you can tell from my previous discussion, I sort of gave up on my, so I'm going to do it weird like this and then run it into here. That way it'll hook into that. I don't know. Actually, that may not be a great idea because I don't want it to back up by that supply tower all the time, which is what I'm afraid it'll end up happening. So instead of that, I'm going to do it this other way. Oh, I have to make sure I've got it into the right one. It's going to be the third one there. All right, so 500,000. Oh, I've already got it available. So, oh, I did not get it over far enough. There we go. I don't have that over far enough either. There we go. All right, so I've got enough money. We can build that. So actually, Nantes, you're getting your own dedicated line all the way over. It's all good. But I still need 229 to finish the second line, so we'll wait on that. It looks all good, so okay. So that is going. So all cities at this point appear to be doing well. Now we do have the ability to add an extra building here, a city building, so we could put a university, museum attraction. I typically like the universities because they add research points. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look at my research now while I'm waiting to make some money. I've got plenty of innovation points, so let's innovate. I typically like to go down and just add in lots of things, so especially when I have a lot, I haven't been messing with it too much. Oh, that's a good one. I don't always like to get every single train. The mixed ones I always feel like, because I do like on the dedicated freight lines where it's really only just taking freight just to take freight and not mess with the other stuff. But okay, so we've got those going. Let's see, do we have enough money? Yep, so we got that built. Let's get this. Okay, so we got that going. Now we can build a train. That's an express, so I don't want that to bring in wood. But I could take the decapod, but I don't have it available just yet. Oh, there we go. So we'll take that into Nantes. Again, we'll make sure it's a full car. And it's going to take that line. And we're going to clone it. Now notice I didn't have to assign it one of the lines. It basically took the shortest one, which was, what is that, track 3? Oops. Sorry about that. It basically took whatever this track is. Stop doing that. Yeah, track 3. So it basically took track 3 and assigned it that automatically because it's the shortest route. so it didn't need to for me to force it to do that. All right, so all cities are getting the things that they need. I feel like I do need a way to ship out some of the stuff out of Le Mans. I do have a lot of traffic on this line here. Okay. Which is somewhat worrisome. At some point, I might want to think about getting some warehouses in there because um, it is going to be problematic. At this point, it's not problematic just yet. Le Mans is not backing up, so they still have empty lines to get through. There's some wool coming in, and some wood coming in. So right now things are going well. How close am I to my next task? 64,000. So I really need to get Caen and Le Havre built up, which means that they need more items. So what do they need? They need wheat and they need wine. Now I do have two trains of wheat and 2 trains of wine going to each city. It may be that they need more. You know, we can see here, you know, there is a lot of traffic on this line. I'm a little hesitant to back it up. I am going to add a supply tower here. That way those trains, maybe they don't use the supply tower here and it doesn't slow it down that much on this line. So at this point, I'm really not sure. They will continue to grow. It's really just a matter of getting the wine, getting the wheat up there. As it comes in, they'll grow a little bit, then they use it all up, it disappears. And we're at 65,000. We need to get up to 82,000. That way I can figure out what my next tasks are. So I'm going to let that keep going. I really am going to continually think about building warehouses. Again, I personally like to build warehouses because I think they're useful. I'm going to throw in some supply towers here. And I personally think that they are useful. Because you can sort of just fill them up with goods and then you can let the cities choose which goods they want to take out of the warehouses. You know, you set up the lines appropriately and then the cities will just kind of pick and choose what they want and they can mix and match the goods that they take out of there. But I'm, you know, especially considering at this point we only have one winery. We have the 2 wood up there, but we have 1 wheat, 1 wine, and then 1 wood up here. I almost think something very centrally located, something right about here between Nantes and Le Mans would be a good warehouse. Now the other option is to build the warehouse in Le Mans, because it's our biggest city, pull all of the goods into Le Mans, or maybe make a warehouse in Le Mans that has all the goods from Nantes and Le Mans, and then build another warehouse up here in Caen, and then let Caen do their own thing. So these are both considerations. Oh, I'm going to look and see what the needs are. Again, I don't have access to olives or olive oil, so I don't think making an olive oil refinery at this point is that great. Building a clothing factory would probably be my best option because I didn't get to do that before, or rather building a tailor would be my best option because I didn't get to do that before. I'm going to build it on the north side. Now in that case, the demand for clothing is going to go up. And we don't really have that much clothing coming in because I've got 2 lines between Caen and Le Mans. And as you can see here, they're bringing Meatloaf. Well, this one's going to Le Mans, but it's got Meatloaf and Passengers. And the other one from Le Mans to Caen, it's got Meatloaf and Passengers. This one is, I think this is a passenger only one. So, yeah, it was passenger only. So I might set up a dedicated line. Oops. Freight between Le Mans. Oops, sorry about that. Le Mans and Caen, where I prioritize cloth. That way, it'll at least take one train full of cloth up there. I might increase it as need be. So this is actually a scenario that I have not been building warehouses like crazy, because that's typically my style, is to build a lot of warehouses and then fill up the warehouses with all the goods and then go in that direction. I have not done that here. But it seems to be working. I'm slowly building up. So Laurent is it is making plenty of wine. The trains are all delivering their wine. Each city has 2 trains of wine going to it, but it is a considerable distance. So it takes them a while to get there, but in all reality, all the stations seem to be fine. I'm going to go ahead and take the opportunity to expand all my stations to the maximum size. I do like doing that. I think it's beneficial to make sure that they're full. Oh, as you can see here, we're already up to 75,000 for Normandy area. So we are continuing to grow, and I think that's really to deal with the, yeah, cloth. They really need the cloth in Caen. I think I'm going to double up and clone that, that car that I just sent going from Le Mans to Caen. That was full of clothes. I'm going to clone this one. That way it'll take 2 trains that are dedicated cloth up to Caen. Okay. So things are going well. I'm just waiting at this point to get my next task accomplished, and they keep growing. Things are going well. Once I get the next task, I'm going to end this video, and then the next video will start working on those new tasks. I just kind of want to see what the new tasks are going to be. But as you can see, Normandy is growing rapidly, so it should be any time now. They're either having a lot of babies or they're bringing in some surrounding people. I don't know, but we're just about there. And as you can see, our money is growing rapidly as well, so that's good. We're at the point now to where money isn't so much of an issue. It's coming in fast enough. I can't really spend it, you know, I can't spend it fast enough. So I'm improving my trains. I'm improving my, well, I haven't really improved my trains. I do need to go through and update those. But we are improving all of our stations, have maxed out.
Excuse me to bother again, but I would like to introduce someone to you. The highly esteemed Monsieur General Boulanger.
Boulanger.
Georges Ernest Jean-Marie Boulanger, at your command.
Monsieur Boulanger has some notes regarding the future direction of your company.
Very well. So listen up. From a strategic perspective, it is top priority that France bundles its remaining powers. All railway networks have to find their way to Paris because of this. A requirement your company doesn't meet.
Monsieur General is right, but it seems like your path to Paris is blocked by our rival company.
Get rid of your competitor, and the way will be clear.
Okay, so we gotta buy Don Lorenzo's company and then connect Paris and Le Mans. So let's just take a quick look and then I'm gonna stop this video. Don Lorenzo's company, it's not really that great. How many shares can I buy right off the bat? I can buy a lot. I can buy 35%. Let's just do it. Okay. We're going to keep buying it until we get his company. I'm not sure why he's blocking me, but I mean, actually, in all reality, I don't have access to the territory anyway. Oh, it's the territory right next to us, so we're actually pretty close. I can't gain, oh, I probably can't gain access to this because I need to block, or I need to buy Don Lorenzo, but he's only got this, he's only got this one station. He's feeding wheat into Paris. That's what's blocking me. Okay, Don Lorenzo. Okay, so I will, yeah, I can't take out any bonds, right? Take out a bond or something to buy him. So I will continue to buy his shares, and once I am able to buy him, so right now I own, what, 38% of him.
Just one more
40%.
share, and you'll be lying 6 feet under.
I like to keep buying it, and the reason that I like to buy the shares instead of merge, and I'm not sure why this is, but I feel like if you merge, or if you buy the shares, and then once you reach 100%, you get all of their cash and assets. I feel like there's a better valuation, whereas if you just merge it, I don't see their cash. I don't get this big gain of cash. So, and maybe somebody can explain that to me. I've never figured out why that is, but I seem to do better if I just buy the shares until I reach 100% as opposed to merging the company itself. But we shall see. I'm going to keep buying shares, as you can see here. The money's coming in pretty fast, so it shouldn't take me too long. But I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to continue on the next video after I buy out his business. So until then, au revoir.